All right, it is Sunday, October the something. We left our campground in Vermont this morning. We're still in Vermont, but we are going up through the islands, Champlain Islands. So this is Lake Champlain. And so we are, don't know where we're going tonight. We're just going to play it by ear. It's about 1:45 and we're just going to see what's out here. All right, ta-ta for now. All right, it's Monday, October 6th. We're getting a really late start. It's about 10:45. We camped here at Spacious Skies near North Hudson. It's in the Adirondacks. We really don't have a plan right now. That's why we're just kind of slowly making our way. But today we're going to do this scenic drive and possibly find a disc golf course. And then we're going to head on down to the Catskills and possibly. So again, we're just kind of free flowing right now, but this was a nice campsite here at Spacious Skies in North Hudson. So we got in kind of late yesterday. We left Vermont. We went through Stowe and drove for about 5-6 hours to get down here. So yesterday was really just driving. Got in and had a pizza and built a campfire and had a nice evening. All right, we'll let you know what we do today. Ta-ta for now. So we found this trail. We don't really know the name of it or anything. It's part of a really long trail through high peaks, the Adirondacks. Anyway, we just decided we were just gonna walk and get some exercise and fresh air. But it's on this old road bed, so it's just been nice walking through here, and the sky's pretty, the leaves are pretty. It's just a nice walk on a fall day.
All right, the trail turned off of the forest road, the logging road we were on, onto a single track trail. It's beautiful, well-maintained trail in here. We hear a waterfall, but we were getting close to a little creek in here. So we'll see if there is an actual waterfall. It may be just, but we'll show you if we see one. Anyway, so I got a little bridge up here, so we're going to cross the creek. It's been a bit of a drought in the northeast this fall, late summer. So the leaves probably are not as good as they would be, but that's the way it goes. So we're crossing this footbridge, and we'll show you what we see on the other side. All right, we ended up going about 3.3 miles before we stopped. We just didn't know where the trail was ultimately going to go. So we chose to turn around, and we're on our way back now to the same way we came. So we're still on the, we hadn't hit the road yet that we were walking on in the first mile or two. But it's been a beautiful hike. The colors are nice. I think they would have been nicer had it been a little bit more rain, but they're just beautiful out here no matter what. Been walking beside a nice creek, some nice waterfalls. They're not big waterfalls, it's just a nice babbling creek. Anyway, we'll be back down to this road here in a minute, this gravel road. It's closed to vehicular traffic, I believe. Maybe snowmobiles in the wintertime use it, but anyway, there's a gate, so it's a old logging road or something like that. So anyway, we're heading back toward it now, and then we'll head back down the road to where we parked at the trailhead. All right, we'll check in later. All right, we just did that 6.6 mile hike. We left this trailhead and took off up this road here, snow logging road. So it was a beautiful hike. Didn't really get to see any vistas, but we did see a couple of nice beaver ponds and nice creek. So anyway, we're getting ready to hit the road again. We'll keep you posted as to where we head to next. All right, talk to you later. It's Thursday, October 9. We made our way down to New River Gorge National Park. It's a newer national park, maybe the newest. I think it was opened in 2025. We're up on the Grandview Rim Trail. So we're going to be looking down into the New River Gorge and to the river at some point on this trail. Anyway, we will check in as we go. Beautiful day. All right, we've probably gone maybe 1/10 of a mile from the parking lot where we started a minute ago, and come across this first view of the gorge and the river down below. I think it's about 1,400 feet, it said, deep right here. So down to the river is about 1,400 feet, and then we're at about 2,500 feet right here above sea level. So anyway, we're gonna keep going, but that was just the first view, so we'll see what else they show us. Nice. All right, we're still making our way out on the Grandview trail. It's only 1.6 total miles out, and back will be another 1.6, so about 3.2 total miles. So we're in kind of a beautiful area here with big rock outcroppings. Going up some stairs. They do have a trash can here. That's kind of neat. Anyway, I'll show you now. All right, after making our way up the stairs, we've reached these overlook platforms down into the gorge and the river, New River. So checking everything out up here. I think this is the end of the trail up here, the 1.6 mile trail. So we're checking it all out. It's in the low 60s, mid 60s at the best, probably 65-ish degrees. It's a beautiful day. The colors here haven't really changed much. There's a few things that's changing, but overall most of it's still green. But yep, I'm not sure. I guess this is still the new. I'm not sure if that's a tributary, possibly. Anyway, very nice. Grandview rim trail. We're gonna go the other way. I think there's a short piece of trail that goes over here to another overlook, so we're just gonna walk down and check this out. All right, we'll show you what we see.
3.2 miles.
Yeah, we went 3.2 total so far. So yeah, we were on the Grandview rim trail. Anyway, we'll see. All right, so we walked down that spur trail, went out to a little view, but then we also noticed there was a couple other trails that are short that branched off of it. So we're on the tunnel trail. Supposed to go back to a tunnel back here somewhere. We'll show it to you when we get back, but this is pretty in here. A lot of neat rock formations. The trails are easy now. This is you know, not real difficult, but it's not a paved trail. But we're out enjoying it, so we'll check in as we see things. Neat in here.
It is.
Kind of an overhang more than a cave. I don't know if this is the cave, but
Sure is pretty.
yeah. All right, we just came up from there. This is the main trail that leads back up to the parking lot, but we took that trail that goes there on the tunnel trail. Now we're on the Castle Rock. See, I think this is the Castle Rock. Yep, Castle Rock Trail. So that was a 0.6 mile loop. The cave was the tunnel on the tunnel trail was actually barricaded, so you can't go through it anymore. But it was still a neat hike and rock formations there, so pretty neat.
This was actually going to loop back on that Grandview trail.
Okay, so we're trying to decide on this one. We're probably going to walk down at least to the.
I want to see that rock formation.
Yep. All right, so we're going to check out this Castle Rock Trail. We'll show you that when we see it. All right, I guess maybe this is the Castle Rock ledge we've been walking alongside. It's a straight vertical ledge, and the trail's walking along the bottom edge of it. So the gorge is out to our right and the river is down there. So This trail's a little more rugged than the others, but still a very nice trail. Alright, we've come upon this place here that's pretty awesome. Trying to capture it on video and picture, but it's hard to do. But up there, the rocks at the top that you can see are probably, I don't know, 70, 80 feet up there. It's a tall, very high wall ledge in here, and it's gorgeous. Definitely feels like you're in a canyon or a gorge. So anyway, we're making our way on around, but this has been probably the neatest of the trails we've walked on. So I'm gonna turn around and see what she's wowing about.
Cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right. Now these rocks are just fractured and stacked in here. I guess it's limestone, I'm not sure. Sandstone maybe. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving. Yep, and it continues around this way, so very, very impressive. Very neat, beautiful rock formation. So yep, you can see we're down into the gorge a little bit. We're not as high above the river as we were up there, but this is amazing. So the river carved all this out over the millennia. All right, we're back at the parking area, but been about 4.6 miles. We think we covered all these trails from the Grandview Visitor Center area. I don't know if there's any more, but anyway, we are finished with the hikes and we're getting ready to head back over to the campground. All right, we'll check in later. All right, good morning. It's October 10th, and we're in the Meadow Creek Campground in the New River Gorge National Park here in West Virginia, near Beckley. And right now, I mean, I don't know how long it'll stay free, but camping here is free. It's a new national park, so I don't think everything's really solidified, but nice open Meadow to camp in. No electricity, no water. But we're getting ready to take off and head toward home after being gone for 4.5 months. So that was our last night in the camper, I guess, for a while. But we accomplished our goal of finishing the AT, and that was our mission. And then we've taken about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks now to get home, trying to see some other things that we haven't seen. Went to Acadia National Park in Maine and did some other things in Maine, Vermont, went across Lake Champlain, went into the Adirondacks, went to the Catskills. We've had a great time coming home, and here we are at the New River Gorge National Park. So we're getting ready to blast off and start going towards South Carolina. So we will check in later, but it's been real.